Alright, well, I just got a package from the Swivel Shop. I guess they're out of Canada. I ordered the drivers and passengers swivel bases for our Sprinter. I've already disconnected the main power to the van. So I'm going to open the box up here real quick and see what we got. It's a good thing I looked. Try to slam that out of the way. Alright, so I need to see if I have the right tools to take the seat bolts out, and then we will. Got a bunch of stuff laying there. Alright, and I just got to move some of this plastic stuff up out of the way. Still waiting for stereo parts. It's amazing how many weeks I've been waiting. Everything seems to be on back order. So, alright, so I'm going to cut open the box and see what we have, and then I will hunt down my toolbox. Oh, it's still in the other van. Damn it, I forgot I left it in there. If it isn't one thing, it's something else. Alright, let's get this box open. Okay, I thought there'd be two in this box, and there's only one. And of course this one says driver's side. Wow, they're made in France but shipped out of Canada. Interesting. Alright, well, so this must be the relocation bracket for the parking brake handle. Alright. Okay. So I'm assuming the other one is still on its way. Yeah, I thought there would be two in this box considering how heavy it is. Alright, well, I still need to find the tools. Tools are going to be the same. We'll just do the driver's side instead of the passenger side. Alright, so I didn't notice this when I first opened the box, but there's the instructions that you can scan and download. I did watch a little video on it. I mean, it's freaking 8 bolts. And it comes with some new hardware for this guy, and there's some hardware here in this little tub. I'm assuming that's going to be the new seat base hardware. I went and got me a star socket that fits on these. Not sure if it's supposed to be metric, but this one is 7/16 and it seems to fit fairly decently. So that's the one I'm going to run with. So next thing I'm going to do is go ahead and see about unbolting the driver's side and unhooking the cables. Like I said, I already disconnected the main battery, so this way we can unbolt the seat and not have to worry about that. Okay, so that 7/16 wasn't tight enough to actually do anything. So I did end up getting a E something or another. So yeah, so I've got the two front ones broke loose. I'm gonna go ahead and zap them out real quick with a electric drill, and then I'll move the seat forward and get to the back one. And then once I take the seat out of the way, I'm gonna do the brake. All right, so I have all the seat bolts out. I'm taking my seat completely out, just because I have so much crap in the back that it's going to be easier for me to reach across and do the brake bracket easier. So I do need to take this one hex out, this for the seat belt, and then I think that should be it. Other than the two wires I do need to unplug, but I'll do that once I lift the seat up a little bit. Okay, so two wires under the driver's seat. This one has a little clip. This one just sort of pulls apart. The bolts that are right here happen to be a 17, which is the same as the ones that come with the new hardware. So I already got it loose. I'm gonna finish taking it out. All right, so it comes with two. Let's see if I can get it in here. 16 or 6 mil. I can't even see it. 6 mil hex bolt for the bracket. Let's see if I can get it. wherever the hell it is. Come on, bracket. There we are. Doing this upside down. All right, so those two go in, and then you have a spacer, and that will thread in. And I believe that the reason why the short bolts are there is because if you use the factory long bolts, they'll run into this bracket. So first thing I gotta do is finish torquing these two down, and then we can go ahead and put this other part together. All right, so now we have this spacer and these short bolts, which will replace the two factory bolts. Still 17 mil on these guys. And that spacer just goes between that and the black bracket, just to space it out a little bit. All right, so 2 bolts are in. I found it easier if you put the one that is the more front one in, and then you kind of have to push the cable into the floor just a little bit, and then you can get both of those bolts to line up. And that's pretty easy. That all took about 5 minutes. Now we'll move on to the seat base. All right, so the little QR code that takes you to the instructions really just had a couple of pictures. There was a video or two, and they kind of skim over things, but man, this thing's dusty. Basically, the side that's going to face the seat have these little grooves. The other side of the plate is flat steel. So, and the handle goes towards the middle. Both drivers and passenger side handle goes towards the middle. Basically, there is the little bucket here. There's going to be a nut and a bolt that go in here, and then there's a Allen head recessed bolt that will go in the factory hole. So I'm going to go ahead and throw this plate on here real quick, and then we will get the seat. So this plate is heavy. I'm going to say it weighs probably close to 30 pounds, at least that's what it says. I'm not sure how these wires are going to go. I guess they go through the middle. That was the one question I had. But I'm going to assume that they go possibly through the middle. And then you also have to trim the foam cover for the seat base so that this sits flat. But we'll get to that in a second. So let's go ahead and find the bolts and the wrenches I'm going to need, and we'll get this bolted together real quick. Okay, so I just turned the base a little bit so that I could get to the 2 screws. Now, you can, I'm pointing at the curtain, but you can just undo the 4 bolts, put the base down, and try to do this, and then set the chair back up. But I have all this stuff here, and it was just easier for me to carry the seat around. The seat doesn't weigh much. This base does add about another 30 pounds to it, so that's going to be that issue, but no big deal. So yeah, so the next thing, I'm going to go ahead and tighten these down. I'm going to go ahead and put these bottom ones in, and so you're looking at this says a 6 mil hex and a 17 for the lock nut, and that's what you're going to need on to do this. So so far I'm like 20 minutes into this, only because I had to go look for a different tool to get the original bolts out. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and finish. We'll go ahead and tighten these up, then we'll carry the seat over. I'm going to go ahead and poke a hole in the middle so I can run all my wires down the center. That way they'll be less likely to get twisted up, and then I'll show you what trimming we need to do. Okay, so I basically just put the upper 2, in my case, just kind of snug down so the plate still moved, twisted the bottom plate, lowered the seat track so I could get to the nut, got the 2 bottoms in, tightened them down, moved the track so I could tighten the upper 2 down. Now we're going to take our X-Acto knife, and I'm going to find a straight edge that I had floating around here somewhere. I thought I had one in here. Oh, it's in the front. So let me grab the straight edge. We'll go the other side and we'll cut the panel, and then we'll get ready to put the seat back. Okay, so all 4 bolts are in and tight. I did have to wiggle the seat around a little bit to make it all work. I have these cables. I'm going to get some of my wire cable cover and cover these wires here just so they don't get pinched in this little area. But that works pretty good. Yeah. All right, on to the passenger side. All right, and just like the driver's seat, unbolt the 4 original bolts, toss them to the side. I just put them here in the cup. You're not going to reuse them. So really the hardest part of this whole deal is just making sure you have this E16. It looks like that. That's really the hardest part, is making sure you have one of those. It took me longer to hunt down this socket than it did to do these seats. So complete install with the brake, less than 40 minutes. I know I was looking on Facebook the other day, and one of the ads were for these seat swivels, and people were saying it took 2 days. I don't know what took 2 days. It literally is just a easy bolt-on install. You just need that E16, a couple of ratchets, a 6mm and a 17, and that's it. And X-Acto knife probably to cut open these boxes, and that. So now it slides and swivels nice. It does only add about, I don't know, maybe inch and a quarter to the height, so it's not too bad. And I'm pretty tall, so it would probably make the seats a little bit more comfortable anyway. So yeah, that part's done. So that's pretty much these seat swivels, and I bought these directly from, I think it was called seatswivels.com or something like that. See if I can find the, I think I had a video of the box the other day, but yeah, there's the information. I think these are actually made in Italy or France or something, I think I saw, but they're being resold through Swivel Seats. I did get them on sale. They were normally $3.99, and I got a $40 off on each one of them, so that saved me a few bucks. The only thing else I'm waiting for, I guess it's going to be here in the next few days, I ordered the plastic inserts that go in the window here, so you can roll the window down, and then it's got like a vent, and then I guess the window holds it in place tight. So I bought a couple of those just to give a little extra fresh air in here. So my next thing is I'm waiting for this piece to come in this weekend for the final part for the stereo system. Once I get that done, I can put this part of the dash back together. I'm still waiting for parts for my backup camera mirror. For some reason, the delivery company said they couldn't deliver it to my house, so they shipped the part back to China, even though the same delivery company has delivered to my house a freaking dozen or so times over the last couple of years. So I don't know why they couldn't deliver. The seller was a little upset about it because now they got to pay for shipping twice. But it wasn't my fault. Same address they had on file. So yeah. So we'll have a backup camera because I don't have rear view or rear windows in this thing. So that rear view mirror is kind of pointless at this point. And then I can put all of that stuff up there back together. There's my wire. Couldn't really find a better place to run it, so it is what it is. It will be up out of the way, and I won't have to worry about it. And then the other thing I need to do, you can't see it, but maybe you can. It's just hanging out right here next to the curtain. But that's the wire for the backup camera, so I need to run it along that and then find a spot where we're going to drill through back there to install the camera. So that'll be done. So that's where we're at. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw the box away, put all my tools away, and I have to get on some house stuff today because I really need to get the rest of this stuff sold here in the next month and a half so that we can move out and hit the road. All right, well, thanks for watching.